Hey everyone, Cedric from Vertex Marketing Agency, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can increase the conversion rate on your landing page and also improve the quality rate. So that's perfect for any of you guys that are in the service space, right, where you're generating leads, because what I'm going to be showing you today actually doesn't have to do anything with the landing page design, a new technique or trick in Ads Manager. It's actually only with the form logic, and that's why I really wanted to make this video, because literally anyone can do it. It's not gonna really increase your cost per lead, it's actually gonna decrease it, and you're just gonna get better traffic moving forward just by changing some of these things that I'm gonna show you with your form. And I'm not talking about a Facebook form here, I'm talking about your landing page form. And it's just something that I've learned just with experience with running a bunch of affiliate offer and just a bunch of traffic to landing pages, that there's things that you can do with your form to just filter out bad leads and also just increase a conversion rate. So this is going to be, again, perfect for any service-based companies, or if you're in the affiliate space and you generate leads and sell those leads, you're definitely going to want to watch this video. And I would even almost say that this is probably going to be one of the best videos that you're going to watch today. So definitely make sure that you watch the whole thing. So I know you're probably very busy, so we're going to jump right into it. So here what you see is just a regular form. Please don't look at the design. This video is not about the designing the landing page and things that you can do in the UI to improve conversion rate. There is a ton of things to do on that side, but I just want to focus on some logic that is actually associated with the form and not so much on the UI, okay? So this is one form, and then here I have another example form. Again, don't worry about the UI. I just want to talk about some of the logic, okay? So one of the main things that I see with forms all the time when I audit them, and it just sucks because like the sales team cannot really do anything with those leads, and it's in the first name and last name field. The form actually allows to enter numbers. So I'll give you an example here, and actually what I recommend you do is like pull up your landing page and then open up your form and see if that's also the case for you. Sometimes people just don't think about it, but for example, in the first name, I can literally add the number 23, and same thing with the last name here. I can actually add the number 534, which is not good, right? Because when your sales team gets this lead, what are they going to do with it? Like, it's just like a bad lead. So you want to make sure that you actually are not sending those leads actually in your CRM, because it just creates a mess in your data. And again, when your sales team gets a lead and the first name is 23, like, what are they going to do with that? And if you're on the affiliate side and what you do is you generate leads and then you sell them, again, what are your buyers going to say about a lead that their first name is 23? So what you want to do instead, and that's going to be something that I'm going to be recommending throughout the video, is forget all those magic form builders that are drag and drop and they take care of everything. Yes, I know some of them are really nice. They integrate maybe nicely with your CRM, or they're maybe part of your CRM. But if you're at a point where you're looking at scaling or just improve efficiencies, I don't know really any large companies that are running paid social and then they're using like a form from, I mean, like the list goes on, right? There's so many different tools out there. It's always a custom made form, okay? So just something I want to mention here, because to do a lot of the things I'm going to be sharing in this video, like, you kind of need to build a custom form, but trust me, it's going to be fully worth it, because again, you don't want leads that are their first name is 23. What you want to do is, again, don't pay attention to the UI. So what you actually want to do is you want to limit what they can enter here. So here I can put in, let's say, letters, but I cannot put a number. Like right now I'm trying to enter, let's say, the number 6, and it's not letting me enter the number 6. And that's exactly what you want in a form. Another thing is here, let's say if I'm gonna put, let's say, the letter A, just the letter A only, well, that's not any good. Again, like if your sales rep gets the lead and their first name is A, that's probably not a good quality lead. So what you want to do is you actually want to block people from submitting the form if the first name is only one character, and that's like the general rule. And even a lot of the companies that buy leads will actually have that built in sometimes into their API, where if the lead's first name is less than 2 characters, like, they just will decline that lead because it's not a real lead. And although sure, you might be paying from that lead from like a platform like Facebook or Google, but it's just not a valid lead. Like, if their first name is A or B or just one letter, like, you're probably not going to close that lead. It's a waste of time. So what you want to do is, again, you want to have a minimum of 2 character count. And if I just show you here, what you want to do with your form, for example, is if ever they only have 1 character, like they should not be able to submit the form. And it should also show a little label like what we're seeing here, where it's saying, hey, first name must be at least 2 characters, or please enter a valid first name. And here, instead of must be at least 2 characters, I'd probably recommend just saying something like, please enter a valid first name, and you'd be good to go. But that is important that you add a little like validation message at the bottom, and I like to put in red just so they know that something is wrong. So that's the second thing, right? So again, just to recap, the first thing is make sure that they cannot enter numbers inside the first name field or the last name field. So unless it's like Elon Musk's like son, no one really has like a number as their first name or last name. So I would say it's pretty fair to have a rule like that. Now, the other thing that I want to mention here is the email. Now for this one, a lot of actual software will go ahead and filter those out. Like if you're using anything like Gravity Form or HubSpot, I mean, the list goes on. A lot of them will actually only allow you to enter a valid email, and that's fine. But obviously, if you're going to go with a custom made form, you want to make sure that the email at least contains this. If not, it should not allow you to submit the form. Okay, so that's something that's important. You obviously want to make sure that you have a valid email. Another thing that you could do on top of that is there's tools like NeverBounce, and they have an API. And what you could do is you could call that API, and I mean, there's a bunch of other tools that do that, but you could call that API, see if at least like the email is somewhat valid. Sure, someone could be entering the wrong email, but at least it filters out a lot of leads that will just enter like random data. Like I'm guaranteeing you, like, especially if you're promoting like a free tool or free ebook or any of those types of things, a lot of people will actually put in random data. And if you're running ads, you're probably seeing this all the time, where it's just like, who are these leads? Like that's obviously not a real first name, last name, email, or sometimes phone number, right? So that's why you want to make sure that your form kind of filters a lot of these people putting random information. And most of the time, actually, it's not because they don't want to have to do anything with your business. It's just because they want that tool or they want that thing that you're offering, and they just want to put random information there. But they could actually be a potential buyer if you actually had their real phone number and their real email and their actual information, right? So this is why, like, adding these types of things, first of all, you're spending money on ads, so you're just going to get better quality leads. Your sales team is going to be happier because they're not going to be getting random leads with like first name that are 1 character or a bunch of numbers as their first name and last name, and it's just going to be a lot cleaner in your CRM, basically. Now, the other thing that I want to show you that will help increase the conversion rate is, notice on this form here, it's just like everything is on the same page. And you can also test having like, okay, well, enter your first name, click next, and enter your last name, click next, and enter your phone number, click next, right? And usually you want to add the email before the phone number. But another thing that I like to do is actually this process right here. So you'll see the user will see 3 questions on the contact info page. Sure, sometimes you'll have a message, that kind of stuff, but most of the time people ask for first name, last name, email, and phone number, right? So here, what I'm gonna do is, like, I enter 2 character, I'm just gonna enter 2 character here, and then I'm just gonna put in a random email here. And then please notice what just happened. So I just entered the email here, and look what happened. A field appeared. So that's a tactic and a strategy that works really, really well to increase the conversion rate. Because right now, if you're running Facebook ads or Google ads, probably most of your traffic comes from mobile. And on mobile, when you're looking at a form, like, you don't really see the whole form. So what you can actually do is, when they look at it at first, they'll see first name, last name, and the email question. But then when they get to the email question, they start typing. Usually when you start typing, like, sometimes it zooms in on mobile, right? And then it's just like a very convenient way to then, when they start typing, adding another question below called, let's say, phone number, or it could be whatever it could be address. It really could be anything you want. So that, well, now they're at the point, well, I've already entered my first name, I've already entered my last name, and I've already entered my email. Well, might as well just give my phone number at that point, right? Versus if they were to just land on the page and then see first name, last name, email. Usually most people are like more okay giving their email than their phone number. So by making that question appearing once they've already entered and committed to giving their email address, it's usually there's just a lot less friction. So that's a trick that you can use and leverage to actually increase the conversion rate on your landing page. And that's why I said earlier in this video that you just want to ditch all those like form builders, but because I don't personally know any of them that will allow you to create a rule where, hey, if there's 3 characters in the email address field, then go ahead and make the phone number question appear. Right? Like, it's just like very kind of like technical, and it's something that you can honestly easily do just with custom HTML and well, just with custom code. And if you're like, oh, well, Cedric, I don't know how to code, guys, you can literally go on Fiverr or Upwork, anywhere, get someone to code this for you. It's like a simple form, and then just post to your CRM. It would cost like almost nothing. It would definitely pay back in terms of conversion rate increase if you're running paid traffic. So I think anyone can do this. And if you're thinking, oh, well, I don't know if this would work because we're using this or that CRM, well, your dev could literally make a post request to that CRM, or you could build it in with Zapier so that when someone submits a form, the lead gets created inside your CRM because Zapier can connect the two. So there's a lot of different ways that you can make this work. Sure, it's a little bit more work, but I guarantee you if you implement these things that I just mentioned in this video, you're gonna see a higher conversion rate. So another thing here as well, I see the phone number, is to actually not allow them to enter more or less than whatever is the number limit in your area. So for example, if you're in the States, usually it's like a 10-digit number, right? As you can see here. So you have your area code and then the rest of the number, and actually like format it for the user. So a lot of input fields, and I think if I use this one as an example, like look, I can just keep putting numbers. And again, what is this? Oh, sorry, that's the email. All right, let me keep putting numbers here. And what is the sales rep going to do with that number, right? Like I could literally just put in anything. I think I can even put like letters. So same thing with the phone number field. Like no one should be putting letters in a phone number field. Like if right now, go to your website and can you actually type letters in your phone number field? Can you type numbers in the first name or last name field? That's a big problem, especially if you're paying for traffic. If you're only relying on like organic traffic, sure, you could still implement this, but it's not the end of the world. But you're paying for these leads, and your sales team, like they're waiting to get these leads so that they can call them and follow up. But if it's not just good data, then they can't really do anything, right? And the point I was going to make with the phone number, like even if I enter like a valid phone number here, it's just not a nice UI. Like I could also be missing a number, right? And now the phone number is not valid. So what you want to do is think a little bit like your leads are just like learning how to use a bicycle, right? And usually when you're learning how to use a bicycle, you have training wheels. And that's kind of what we want to do with our form here and with the logic, is we want to add training wheels. Make sure that if by mistake, I don't know, they enter a number in the first name, we correct that, right? By not letting them submit the form. And if ever they're missing a number in the phone number question, well, we let them know by adding a validation message, right? So that's the way that you want to add like training wheels basically to your form, so that the lead can't really make any mistakes, or not at least without purposely doing it. If someone just wants to give you bad information, there's nothing you can do. You can test things like adding like two-step authentication, like by sending an SMS to their phone so that they verify their phone number and their email. And there's ways to do that so that it doesn't decrease your conversion rate, and I'll share that maybe in another video. But just one quick thing with the phone number here, like format it for them. See, I'm adding numbers here, and it's formatting the phone number. Like just these little things really help with the conversion rate, and honestly, it does not cost a lot of money to do. Like I said, if you don't know how to, custom, and also if you're the founder or even an executive or director, like you shouldn't be doing this. You just go somewhere, find someone that knows how to code, let them build a form that you can probably add that code on your WordPress or whatever you built your website. Most of these web builders allow you to add custom HTML. Like I think even Wix allows you to add custom HTML. Build your form, and then that form is going to make a post request to, let's say, Zapier or anywhere else, and then Zapier, let's say, is going to connect that data to your CRM so that the sales rep gets a CRM, and then you don't need that native, I don't know, HubSpot or Go High Level or WordPress form, right? You can use this with the logic and basically, again, like I said, increase your conversion rate. So guys, that is it for this video. Hopefully this was helpful. So just to recap here, make sure that no numbers are in the first name, last name, that's pretty much it for those questions. And then make sure that there's a minimum and also maximum maybe character count, especially for the first name and the last name and the phone number. Like, you know that if someone has one letter as their first name, then that's not a real lead. So might as well make it like at least a two character count. Hey, it could be 3 if you want it. And the phone number, like, you know what is a valid phone number, like how many digits does it need in order to be a valid phone number, let's say in US or in Australia or wherever you are. So add that logic to your form and thank me later, because it's definitely gonna help you out. And for that little bonus tip of, hey, when there's 3 characters, then make the phone number field appear. Try that out as well. Trust me, it's gonna help the conversion rate, because like I said, most people on mobile, they won't really see that the phone number question will appear as they start typing the email question. And it's a very great way to increase the conversion rate. But guys, that is it for this video. Let me know if you find this type of information valuable. And this is just really the tip of the iceberg. I know a lot when it comes to conversion rate optimization. We talk a lot about Facebook ads on the channel, but landing page and the form and just the UI as well is a huge factor of like, is this campaign gonna perform or not? Or are we gonna be able to reach our CPL goals or not? And if you're looking at getting quality leads, then definitely hit up my agency, because what we do, we have a much different model than most other traditional agencies. What we'll do is we'll grab your vertical, we'll build a funnel, we'll build a social media presence and everything, and we generate quality leads. And what I mean by quality is we do all the different things I just showed you in this video, right? We'll make sure it's a valid first name, last name, email. We'll also verify the email, we'll verify the IP, and we do a lot more on the back end. And when it's a good quality lead, we send you the lead and you only pay for the lead. So it's a little bit different than what some other agencies have to offer out there, but it just kind of guarantees that you're getting XYZ amount of leads or appointments or calls for whatever you're paying, versus just going to Facebook and it's, you know, it's always a bit of a wave or a yo-yo. But guys, that is it for this video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.